I'm Elizabeth at Literary Princess, and today I have my Christmas book haul for you. Every year I get books for Christmas, naturally. So these are the books that I got this year. It's going to be my last book haul of 2023 because I really don't think that I will be getting any between now and the 31st. I'm filming this on the 28th. I'm not planning to, so I don't think I will. So we will start with the book I actually bought myself for Christmas, and then we will have the books I got from my in-laws and then from my parents. Let's jump in. So first up, the one that I bought for myself. Don't judge me. Look, I was in Target buying a Christmas present for my nephew. He wanted a specific Lego set. And, you know, they have books at Target. I'm not gonna not look at them. So I was, just browsing through. I wasn't planning on getting anything, really. But then I saw this and I needed to have it. I wasn't sure I'd ever find it again because I didn't even know it existed. So I said, either this is my Christmas present to myself or it can be my Christmas present to me from my cats, because I get my husband, their father, a little gift that says, to Daddy from Butters and Pippin. So this can be to Mommy from Butters and Pippin. This is Welcome to the OC, the oral history. Alan Sepinwall in conversation with Josh Schwartz, Stephanie Savage, and the cast and crew. Look, okay, the OC is one of my favorite TV shows ever. I did not watch it when it was originally on the air. I was kind of too young for it. I ended up watching it with my friends in college, and I adore this show, okay? So, like, I needed this. I needed it. I'm so excited for this. So excited for this. So yeah, Merry Christmas to myself. It's fine. And now we get into the books that were actually presents from people. So we have 2 from my mother-in-law and then 2 from my sister-in-law. The first from my mother-in-law is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I adore Kuang. I'm sure any of you who have been watching this channel for a little bit know that. I loved Babel. I have been wanting to read Yellowface for quite a while, since it came out. Since before it came out, honestly. But I didn't want to buy it in hardcover myself because I'm cheap. I say as I bought Welcome to the OC in hardcover for myself. Anyway, I actually was very tempted to buy this at Target. I guess it was a few months ago. I don't know what I was there for. Oh, it was on Thanksgiving. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. But I didn't. I was good. I was like, no, I'm not going to buy any more books for myself. I'll put it on my Christmas list. And my mother-in-law got it for me. I'm very excited. I've heard very mixed things. There are some people who absolutely have loved it, and then there are other people I know who really hated it, such as Shelley Swearingen. So I will be interested to see what I think of it. I do know that I like Kuang's writing. I loved Babel, obviously. So we will see. Next up is the other one from my mother-in-law. This is All That Consumes Us by Erica Waters. This is a dark academia set at a college. I think it's young adult, but I don't actually know. It's always hard to tell when it's set at a college. It could be either. I don't actually know much about this one. It is a new release that just came out this year. I know it's dark academia. I know there is a supernatural aspect, but it just, I don't know, cover it pretty. And I don't know, it sounds good. It's about a first-generation college student named Tara going to a very elite school because a student dies and a spot opens up, and she gets in with a group of very magnetic and passionate students, and then things start getting creepy. So, I don't know. It sounded like it was up my alley, so when my mother-in-law was like, what do you want for Christmas? I was like, I'll put this on the list. Ars longa vita brevis. Art is long, life is short. I don't know. I like the cover. I like dark academia. It sounds fun. It seems like an easy read. So, yeah. We have two from my sister-in-law and that are also dark academia. First of all, we have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. So, you know, I've been putting off reading this for a really long time. It was on my TBR when it first came out, and then I wasn't sure about it because it seemed like there wasn't, like, it's dark academia, but it seemed like the main focus wasn't really the academia. And so I wasn't sure if I would like that. But I've heard that the second book gets more into the themes of dark academia with like knowledge and who has access to knowledge. So I decided I do want to read these. So my sister-in-law got me both Ninth House and then Hellbent. I don't know why they're different sizes. They came together in a package, so I don't know why they're different sizes. This cover creeps me out. I don't like it one bit, but you know, it's the only cover it has, so I just poor Bun Bun. I really hope there's not animal violence in this. Tell me in the comments if there's animal violence. I need to be aware of that before I get into it. Anyway, I am very excited to read these, and yeah, I don't know. I've heard pretty good things about both of them, but especially about this one, so. And then we have the books from my parents. So first up, we've got sister novelists, the Trailblazing Porter sisters who paved the way for Austen and the Brontes by Devonny Lucer, whose name I'm not sure I'm pronouncing correctly. So this also just came out. This was actually recommended to me by one of the alumni when we had an alumni event. And me and my friend Michaela were speaking to her because she is also into recovering women writers, which is what we do. And she recommended this book to us. She knows the author, and it sounded so good and exactly like the type of thing that I like sisters writing together. I mean, in the 19th century, or it might be late 18th, I'm not sure. But this sounded so good and I needed it. And also, it's pretty. So, it is a chunker though, and it's hefty. Like, it's a really heavy book. But I am very excited to get to it. I'm hoping to read it in 2024. I had never heard of the Porter sisters, so I always love finding new women writers. Next up, we have a ton of fantasy books. First up is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. I absolutely loved Ava Reid's Juniper and Thorn when it came out last year. And I meant to read The Wolf and the Woodsman this year, but I didn't get to it. We'll be doing that in 2024. This is her newest release, also dark academia. This is her first young adult book as well. And I forget what this is actually about. Oh, it involves fairy tales. That's why I was like, ooh, mine. Ava Reid seems to like fairy tales just as much as I do. Anyway, I have heard absolutely amazing things about this. I know that Jennifer Brooks really loved it, so I'm excited. And I'll be reading it in 2024 as well, hopefully. Next up is 3 fairy tale retellings, all of which I also hope to read in 2024. First up, we've got Thorn Hedge by T. Kingfisher. I read my first T. Kingfisher book, I think 2 years ago. It was The Hollow Places, and then I read 2 more by her. The Seventh Bride, which was my first retelling by her, and then What Moves the Dead. Or were they switched? I don't know if they were switched. Anyway, Seventh Bride is a Bluebeard retelling. What Moves the Dead is a retelling of The House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe. I really enjoyed both of them. So I, of course, want to read everything that T. Kingfisher writes, especially her fairy tale retellings. So this seems like it's pulling off of Sleeping Beauty. And it's like nice and short. It's so cute. And I am super excited. I've heard good things about it from a few people on Tumblr. And yeah, Next up we have 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. This is a retelling of the 6 Swans that apparently also has some aspects of the Goose Girl in it. So I have wanted to read this for a while. I think it was on my Christmas list, last year too, and I didn't get it. I do have a friend over on Tumblr, Carrie, who read it. It was not her favorite, but she did like some of the retelling aspects. She just wasn't a huge fan of the writing style. So I'm very interested to give it a go. I have read only 2 other retellings of this fairy tale. So I was excited to find another one. And then the last of the fairy tale retellings is Mirror Season by Anna Marie Miclemore. I love Miclemore's books. They are so good. I read Blanca and Roja a few years ago, which is a retelling of Snow White and Rose Red. And then I read Dark and Deepest Red this year, which is a retelling of The Red Shoes. The Mirror Season is a loose retelling of The Snow Queen, which I have actually never read a retelling of. So I am very excited for this. I know that Miclemore is an amazing writer, and I want to read all of their fairy tale retellings because I just enjoy them so much. And the last one I don't actually have with me now because my mom accidentally got one of those print-on-demand ones that has no page numbers, which apparently Barnes & Noble is now selling. So she's very nicely returning it and getting me the Oxford World's Classic edition. This is New Grub Street by George Gissing. I have not read any Gissing before, but I've heard great things about him. New Grub Street specifically is about the literary marketplace of the late 19th century, which is why I want to read it, because that has a lot to do with my dissertation topic. So I was interested, and my mother got it for me. I don't know why Barnes & Noble is selling those print-on-demand ones with no page numbers. I'm kind of disappointed in them for that. Like, dude, really? Books need page numbers. Like, if I'm getting a physical book, it should have page numbers. Anyway, so my mom will be exchanging that, and I will be getting it eventually. Oh, that was my Christmas book haul. Let me know down in the comments below. Have you read any of these? What did you think? Did you get any books for Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate in the winter? It has been great chatting with you. I will see you soon. Bye.